Here's some good alternatives to the Van Winkle 13-year rye. Today is a sad day for me. I'm parting ways with my friend here. My wife is taking part in a fundraising activity or fundraising event, and out of the kindness of my heart, I'm donating this bottle so that they can raise some additional money. And that's because I've had it before. It's for the kids, the freaking kids. So anyway, parting ways with this bottle today. So it got me thinking, let's talk about some alternatives that might be good when you cannot find this bottle, which most of us can't. And let's talk about them. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do an honorable mention first. We're gonna talk about Whistle Pig. So ryes typically are not highly aged. 13 years is a pretty high age statement for a rye. Whistle Pig, and again, I'm gonna give this an honorable mention. The disclaimer I'm gonna give you is I am not a fan of Whistle Pig. I think Whistle Pig, for the price, sucks. That's just my personal opinion. I know some of you guys are gonna come after me for that, but to me, it's just too thin, doesn't have the depth of flavors. Even when you get into those higher age statements, some of them are pretty good, but price-wise, it just doesn't meet the bill for me. But if you want a higher aged rye, Whistle Pig might be the way to go. They make all different variations of that. So the first alternative that we'll talk about that I tend to like is High West Rendezvous Rye. So the Rendezvous Rye is a blend of a 6 and 16 year rye from High West, and when you sort of average that out, it comes close to this 13-year age statement. The Rendezvous Rye comes in at around 92 proof. You're looking at 95.6 proof here. Now, again, this bottle is fantastic, and you might be paying $1,400 bucks for this bottle. Rendezvous Rye, maybe 60 to 70 bucks. In places you can find it much cheaper than that as well. And what I would say this one has that one's lacking is like that cocoa note that I really like. But to me, both have that cinnamon, that obviously that rye spice, the menthol-y flavor, vanilla, syrupy on the Rendezvous Rye. So again, it's a little bit of a downgrade, but when you actually factor in all of the different things that go into that bottle, it's not too much different than what you've got here, and you're spending 1/10 of the price. Second one I'll talk about is a Bulleit 12 rye. So they do make a 12-year rye with Bulleit. Where I think Bulleit kind of comes out, honestly, in front of some of those Whistle Pig offerings is it just has that sort of Kentucky chew. So all of the flavors I just described in that Rendezvous rye, that cinnamony, a little bit syrupy, sweet flavor profile that I like on top of the spiciness of that menthol rye. I believe Bulleit 12 has that as well. I've tasted that bottle a number of times. To me, it just has that better mouthfeel, that Kentucky chew that you're not gonna get in Whistle Pig. Again, I'm not trying to hate on Whistle Pig. I just think it's way overpriced. And the last I'll talk about, just because it's one of my favorite ryes, daily drinker-wise, is just the Michter's Straight Rye. So $40 bottle, doesn't have the complexity, the age statement that this does, very similar proof, but I've just always been in love with that bottle. It's one of the bottles that started it all for me. Creamy mouthfeel, very sweet. To me, tastes more complex than a $40 bottle should. And so it's just always on my shelf at home. I apologize, I just finished a bottle here, so I don't have one. Michter's Straight Rye, I can never go wrong with that. To me, it's just a classic, 40 bucks. So again, can we give a moment of silence to my friend here? It's going to the kids, guys. Support local charity, getting rid of this bottle. But those are 3 alternatives that I think are pretty fitting, that I can go and find. And I guess we'll just drink those in depression for losing this guy. So anyway, Van Winkle Reserve, 13-year. See you later.